Just make sure everybody keep it down, okay, Jay, you see that, make sure you're muted.
Yep.
Practice so that-
Wayne was looking at me.
Like 2 minutes late. Good, Jay?
Yep.
Okay, at 6:02, we'll bring our July 15th meeting to order. We're gonna call to order, roll call please.
Councilmember Yorker. Aye. Councilmember Sullivan.
Here.
Councilmember Vanello is recorded absent. Councilmember Lane.
Here.
Councilmember Conlon. Here. Welcome. Councilmember Carpenter.
Here.
Councilmember Beckwith.
Present.
Councilmember Michaels.
Here. All right, well, we are welcome to your first meeting here. You can all rise, so still feel fine. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
So we have an exciting night tonight. We get to share, and I said that Jack is like one of our own. Of course, we're excited to have Jack. First time I got to hear us, I know, Alderman Carpenter was there, certainly Miss Silva was there, and Liz Lane was there as well. And got to see him at a concert at CRT. That was phenomenal. Like, we're gonna make a trip right now, go down to the city, but Gene's out and see their environment too. But it's great to see the talent back to our community. And what's really neat is share a song, that was written about football. We actually have the lyrics and we want to adopt this song as our song. So Jack was nice enough to give us the words and share that with us, and more importantly, share it with us now. So Jack, we appreciate you coming in.
Sure thing. I mean, this is so cool for me, you know, I wrote this song, little over a year ago. And, one of my close musical partners is a guy named Jeremy Adams, who is also a graduate of Cortland High School. And when we were going back and forth on, you know, some mixing and mastering stuff, he called me, he said, you know, I was thinking this would be, you know, just imagine, it'd be pretty cool if Cortland went and made this the town song. And I'm like, yeah, well, you know, just release it and see if anybody at all listens to it, you know. It's too cool. And another cool little fact that I thought that I'd share is that Spotify gives you a lot of data on where your songs are listened to all around the world. And Cortland, the song has been streamed in over 27 countries, which is pretty cool, you know. I mean, even, you know, Denmark has like 2 streams, but it's still, there's somebody out there checked it out, and heard about Cortland. So,
You know, Ronnie Dale's loved it that hard too, right?
oh, yeah, yeah, my friend also said, one of my other buddies was like, I hope you don't hear from the Ronnie James Dio committee over this.
We would-
My lawyer's talking to me, yeah. So here's Cortland. I went home. I've been kicking up that dust for way too long. On my own. I begun to think I'd only dreamt the place that I come from. Cause when all is said and done, it's alright by me. You can choose your life most of what you'll do. When it comes to growing up, it ain't that hard to see. Travel wide and be just where you are. No matter where you go, Cortland ain't that far. So I drove up 81 past Binghamton and down to that today. And I slowed. When I got around New Marathon, those cops don't run you down. And I thought I'd call ahead, but I took my time. Watched the way the leaves were turning slow. Something about the way that it all falls in line. I come home and play my dad's guitar. No matter where you go, chording ain't that hard. As you go out and you find your way, you'll end up where you belong. Just remember all those long days. There's a place you can't go. So I stayed. I stuck around a little longer than I should. Just a couple days. Enough time to roast some pumpkin seeds, to split some firewood. And that night we built a fire and we played and sang about the best who we are. And the weather seemed to smile, got clouds over me. And I stood so still and looked up at the stars. No matter where you go, Cortland ain't that far. Said no matter where you go, Cortland ain't that far. Where you go, Cortland ain't that far.
Hope you're gonna be at Pork Fest, that's it. Can you just, Tim, you come up real quick and Katie will make a picture up front.
Sure.
I'll quick and then, I'll catch you after, we'll go downstairs. Yeah. We can just jump right in front here, maybe, because you can get a picture from over there. Over here. Gotta show off my son. Okay. Oh, you got
Jacko in the middle?
Yeah. That's great. We'll argue about who the real father is. No problem.
I'm gonna use flash this lighting is blue.
I think that's a good idea. 1, 2, 3,
Oh, that's a good picture.
one more. 1, 2, 3.
Dana.
All right.
There's Dan.
Rock and roll.
You should be one.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, we should be lying, but.
You took the wrong job, you think you're gonna retire. I'm not retired. I think I am.
So this, Sylvan, I'll accept the motion to get the song.
Yes, I'd like to move that we make the song Portland the official song of the city court.
Ms. Lane will accept that as a second, as proud teacher. Did you teach?
No.
Oh, okay.
It
Well, there's
was,
a lot of proud teachers there, so. Okay.
Motor
So all those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, great.
Audience meeting.
That was awesome. I was tearing up, so proud. Privilege of the floor, I think we have one, right? Mr. Dexter?
Many of you know me, my name is Mike Dexter, I've lived here all my life on Cedar Street. I have a couple issues that have been brought to my attention most recently because there's a new massive law change for e-bike and scooter owners in New York State, which I'm sure the chief must be aware of. That if any injuries or anybody is killed on an e-bike or electric bike, there has to be a MV 104 file. Obviously, if somebody's killed, it's a big deal, but injuries, And part of the reason I bring this to your attention is I spend a lot of time in front of St. Mary's Church. And to my knowledge, there aren't a whole lot of regulations or laws that regulate electric bikes, motor scooters, coming up and down the street, wrong way, 2 or 3 people on a motor scooter on Main Street. To me, it's a big issue because the last time I saw one just a few days ago, if he was doing 2 miles an hour, he was doing 40 on a motor scooter. No exaggeration. Going down North Main Street towards St. Mary's School. School's not in session, but there's no registration. There's no licenses. There's no lights. There's no turn signals. They just do whatever they want to do on the sidewalk or in the street. I brought this up many years ago, but I'm sure that there's not a whole lot that the chief can do because I don't think there's many regulations that stipulate that you can't ride, or you can ride them, but there's no regulations on having an electric bike or a motor scooter going as fast as it can go with 2 or 3 people on the bike. I've seen it many, many times. It also kind of ties in with the noise ordinance. I know I have to have a muffler on my car to keep it quiet. I don't quite understand why motorcycles and a lot of pickup trucks seem to be flaunting the law, or just nobody bothers to stop them. It's a really, really hard thing for older people to have to sit there and listen to motorcycles continually gunning at an intersection. It's very bothersome, and particularly in me, as I get older, it's even more bothersome. I don't know what we can do about it other than try to enforce the law and stop people that have bad mufflers that just seem to let their mufflers go, because the more noise they make, the better it seems to be for them. A couple other items. I'd like to bring your attention to, since all of the lights on Main Street seem to be coordinated now, where they change when somebody's there. You don't have to wait for the complete cycle to go through. The walk lights only come on when you push the button. The one issue I do have is crossing the light with a walk light and people being able to turn onto that corner. There's nothing that says you can't do it. There's a couple intersections in Cortland that say yield to the pedestrian. One is at the corner of Pomeroy and Powassan Street, and one is at the Sonic Garden where you turn right onto Church Street. It says yield to pedestrians. There's a sign right up on the big, where the light is. The light that's at the senior citizens corner, and I understand why it's so long. But if you catch that light at the wrong time, there's an advanced green arrow that lets traffic through. Sometimes the green arrow comes on, even if there's not somebody turning right. Sometimes you sit through that green arrow twice, trying to turn south onto Port Watson Street from Church Street. I use that intersection a lot. I won't be as much now because I can go down Main Street and knowing that the lights are gonna change in a fairly quickly manner. The other issue with that light is, if you're turning left onto Port Watson Street from Church Street, if you've got 3 or 4 cars coming the other way and a couple of school buses, and you're back 3 or 4 cars, you're not gonna make that turn. It's frustrating. I tried going the other way down Greenbush. Greenbush isn't a whole lot better, but it is on a trip. So if the DOT could look at that, because I know now that the light at Lizana Garden and the lights uptown are all seem to be tripped. Also, another one is out at New Big Road. When I worked for the waterworks, I could hit that light 8 times out of 10, and that light would be red, no matter what time of day it was. Now it seems to be on a trip where it only changes when somebody comes down New Big Road going towards athletic fields. That's a good thing. I think that's all I gotta say. Thank you.
Mr. Dexter, just to give you an update on e-bikes and scooters. I presented something to our city council about 5 weeks ago with the support of our police chief. There is legislation in New York State, just a matter of adopting something similar to the city of Cortland. If you want further comment, you can talk to the chief or a city attorney.
It's long overdue. I spent a few days in Baltimore a couple of years ago. They had the electric bikes, which we don't have anymore. For whatever reason, you don't see the e-bikes stationed where they can ride them. But down there, bicycles, it was horrendous trying to walk down the street and having these bicycles and having things coming at you with 2 or 3 people on them. It's dangerous, especially for me who's getting older and try to get out of the way. And most of the times, if you say something, your old guy, get out of the way, you know, it's not what they say, but that's just basically, I'm on the sidewalk, why don't you get off it? So whatever you can do would be greatly appreciated.
Yeah, we are currently working on that, and just to bring you more of an update, an individual just killed in Syracuse. Just recently, they ran a stoplight on an e-bike. And was killed on by.
Well, that's probably why they came up with this new MV 104. If you kill somebody or you have an accident, you have to make out a form.
Yeah, so we're working on legislation for that as also as firefighters, to storing the e-bikes and being dangerous in hallways. That's just as much of a problem. I know Alderman Michaels has made this a priority. Get the traffic, but also we're worried about the fire. So we're trying to, that legislation will be. There's drafts already done, so we're gaining on that process. Actually,
If I could also just do it, Main Street is fantastic. When I saw all these comments on the,
you say that again, Mike?
I can tell you, I won't be backing in. There's 25 spaces up in front of the place, insurance.
Right.
There's spaces out here on Court Street. You don't have to back in on those spaces. But the other thing being, people don't realize the infrastructure that was done, the water, the sewer, the gas, it's all underground. Most people don't see that. It's just like the gateway coming down Clinton Ave. They don't see everything that was done under the road. All they do is see some vacant houses and the landscaping. So Main Street's good.
Thank you for that.
Thanks.
I know we got some tree work to do there.
We won't go
Appreciate
there.
that.
Why do you have to bring that?
Our public session's over. With that, we'll move on with the mayor's report. So, so we had the two-way intersect, ribbon cutting on 7-Eleven on Friday, and you know, as of now, chief, no accidents as of yet. He's supposed to notify me as soon as there's an accident, so I'm knocking on wood up here, but we haven't had any accidents, and that's been relatively well. I mean, there's been some frustration trying to get put people out there during the day to try to get deliveries where they need to go. Get people to understand instead of pulling in and backing in. Some people become combative, it's unfortunate, but most people are getting it and embracing it, and it's at a whole new stimulation and excitement. You know, the news reporters have been down here, the business owners are excited, they're seeing a lot more traffic going through the city, which is good, and I didn't think about the convenience factor of all of that, but it is, when I go home, it's a convenience. Just to be able to turn right and go up Main Street that way, so. We do have some legislation we need to clean up, we have some legislation we need to clean up on right-hand turns and left-hand turns, and some of those we're gonna wait purposely to decide how that works on Clayton. And on Orchard, I never remember this. I keep running call weeks, but Orchard, to determine those, currently that is our law, but before we rescind that law. We're gonna rescind the two-way, the one-way Main Street, the two-way, but fortunately that law was never recorded, so it's never been legal technically all these years, so we're.
So what's the change? It's probably still two-way.
It was two-way, they.
Right, yes. We're good.
I always wonder what we're missing,
I
so,
don't think people realize that center lane is for unloading, right?
yeah, that's what it's for, yeah.
There was a comment on the Facebook the other day that people didn't know, but it's for unloading your tractor trailers and to make deliveries.
Yeah, that's it. So, so again, be cautious, be safe, be patient, and the street will be a great thing. So we've had a couple meetings, Ms. Lang was at one show report, I'm sure we had a couple meetings for the unhoused, solutions and trying to get solutions for that. Finished the last boardwalk, last 4 miles of the boardwalks. 21 people on that board going through, so that was
My butt. 44.
That was the last day. There was we had some long ones, we learned a lot of interesting things, maybe Mr. Beckwith will address some of them and talk about some of the things we found that we would have never thought with streetlights and et cetera, that we had, it's pretty exciting. All art sculpture, finalists, have submitted some ideas, and we're with the art committee we met, and then we're reviewing them to give some finals to bring back to the board to be able to do for those 3 spots on Main Street. I'm pretty excited about that. Some neat ideas there. Another interest and another cultural thing we can bring to our community. It's pretty exciting. And sworn in a new police officer and 2 firefighters last week. So it's always good to see those young faces coming in and being energetic and excited to be back into it. So with that, we'll go to Ward 1.
happy to report that people are reaching out, realizing that I am the new Ultimates, and little discretions here and there, but been handled, and, so activities starting to flow.
One, two, so.
I had a couple phone calls from constituents. One was about crumbling concrete driveway and sidewalk for Groton. I talked to the mayor about it, and this person was relieved to know that it will be taken care of one way or another, hopefully by the company that put it in the first place, but if they don't take care of it, we will. Because it's new, part of the recent work. Another one is about a house that's had a fire in my ward, and apparently that's got an insurance claim going on, and so the company that's supposed to be looking after it isn't doing such a great job, and I thought that they had started taking care of it, but it turns out their neighbors are mowing the lawn, so I told them to cut it out, and the code office is gonna manage that. And they're on top of it. Another phone call was about trees that were cut down in Suggit. This person was very disappointed to see that so many trees had been cut down, and he wanted to know why, and he wanted to know what the plan is going forward. And the mayor is going to address that. Apparently, there were only supposed to be 2 trees cut down, but 7 were cut down. And I attended the League of Women Voters discussion along with Pat Lane and our chief financial officer, who was not there in her official capacity, but was there with her daughter, to hear about proposals to change the guest worker program for the dairy industry and other industries that don't have cyclical crops but go year round. And so our local farmer, dairy farmer, Mike McMahon, has been hammering away at this for so many years. And he's got a very wonderful proposal, and he's put it before, he's got Congress people interested in it, and I just hope that they get around to doing something about that, because if they, if ICE raids our dairy industry, we're in trouble. Cows wait for no man. And last but not least, I'm really happy to have my son in town, and that was a real treat to have him sing up here. Thank you.
Thank you. For sure. Ms. Lane.
As the mayor mentioned, I was at a meeting with, Matt Whitman and Pastor Jen from the Grace Episcopal Church, and we were, going over things about what can be done about the unhoused, and there are some things in the works. So things will be coming down the pike soon, hopefully. I did attend the League of Women Voters, with Mr. McMahon's, speaking, and I've heard him before, and he really is an amazing man. He no longer owns the farm, but he's still pushing for the right things to happen. There are 3 dead trees on Broadway that I spoke to Mr. Weiss about probably a month and a half ago. They are still standing, so that has to be spent.
I was talking, remember we were talking about Newbauer, right?
Yeah,
That was the same trees, right?
right.
Okay.
Trucks and motorcycle noise, it's not only by St. Mary's. It's at the far end of Tompkins Street as well. And for some reason, and I've never really noticed this before, and I mentioned it, not the last meeting, maybe before last, for some reason, people coming into the city are not aware that it's not a 4-lane highway. I mean, yeah, all of a sudden, I mean, the sign very clearly says, right lane, and so you have it, no, they're just. I almost got sideswiped pulling into my driveway the other day because somebody was driving down. The side of the street that you're not supposed to drive on. So, yeah, yeah, and I believe that's it, again, the trucks and motorcycle noise is gonna happen. Because they think it starts 55 once you cross Broadway on Tompkins, like starts to 55, so. All right, that's it. Alan.
So, Mr. Michaels was kind enough to, get me up to speed on a couple of dead trees on Williams that we're working on taking out. The mayor was kind enough to, take out some time from his schedule to meet with me last week, as was Mr. Jewett. I'm working on getting up to speed with meeting department heads and being out in the district. I look forward to learning a little more about the e-bike proposals as well as the homeless issue, so I'd like to speak with the two of you on the side on that.
Thank you. Your first word report.
The next one will hopefully be better.
You don't have anything, sometimes that's good too. Start.
While on vacation, we had some complaints about speeders on Front Street. I want to thank the mayor for dealing with that while I was on vacation. And the only other thing is the two industry, I love it. It's very different.
That's good. So,
I have to say, Mayor, for those of us who were part of the beginning of the downtown revitalization project, it's really exciting to see it come to fruition. And I love the fact that our city has the kind of continuity to carry a big project like that from one administration through to the other.
Yeah, I did ask Mr. Joe, he is out of town to come to the ribbon cutting.
Well, that's
He was
too
gonna
bad.
come down, but there was, it just his,
Yeah,
for his hard work beforehand, so
yeah.
for the same reason, that was good. Speckle.
Speaking about Main Street, obviously, most of you probably don't realize that Scott put a lot of effort in to make sure that job went the way it did. Certainly was above and beyond what he was supposed to do. And I'm gonna tell you, what I've seen with it, if it wasn't for him, it would have took a shit quick.
Yeah.
It pretty much did. As the mayor,
Even with you, Ted.
as the mayor, that wasn't his responsibility, but I'm gonna tell you, he gave it its all, he gave it, as you probably heard the radio. Oldies over there that, he said it was one of his tougher jobs. That's not his job description, running a construction company.
Right.
I give you credit for that.
We're lucky he has that expertise.
Yeah.
Don't wanna do it again.
Yeah, well, I don't wait. We did do our award walks, final award walks. I'd like to thank Officer Peters. I heard that he made every one of them. Beth was a lot of them too. I think most of them, but. And whoever else joined.
Jade.
As a code
Yes, yeah.
secretary.
Police chief.
Yeah, it was great. As he did mention, like every other ward, I told Scott, I said, let's not find any more bad, you gotta emphasize it. There's more bad sidewalks than there are good. And, there's a lot of them out there. We did find a couple houses that were vacant and, we learned a lot. I learned a lot, but, we'll get there. It's a community effort, and, people were, what few we did run into, they're all legitimate concerns.
Yeah.
And, most of them, I asked them tonight if I was supposed to follow up there, and he said they got it taken care of, but it was good. Some homeless stuff that I didn't even know right around the corner from my house between me and you. You drive by these streets all day long, you wouldn't think anybody living in there, I walked in there before you guys did, he wouldn't go without a cop, I just went in. But there was mattresses in there and everything else, right on River Street, unbelievable, you wouldn't think it would be there, but it was there, so. Anyways, that was a great thing that you did, never been done before, and hopefully we'll continue it.
Yeah.
Whether it be a yearly thing or bi-yearly, or annually, whatever, but it was well receptive by the community and us and everybody else, so thank you.
We'll let our feet rest and see how it goes.
Cool, I'm glad we didn't do 2 nights in a row, you've been pushing me.
Michael.
Just after our last council meeting, the 8th ward completed their ward walk. I gotta believe that everything ended on a positive note, listening to several issues regarding resident concerns. And all these were jotted down by our mayor's secretary. That all these will be followed up at some point. Many of these residents did come out to greet us once they saw that we were in the area. So that ended on a positive note. This year was the first year that in our ward, we had a 4-block yard sale, which was a great success. Residents that participated expected to be larger next year, so they wanna continue this to incorporate, you know, maybe the 5th ward. I think some residents, the other side of the church did participate. Which would really help to make a large sale. Just a quick reminder, the downtown fun run sponsored by the YMCA, scheduled for July 26th. Phone number to call to let them know that you're interested in participating, 607-756-2893. It's my understanding you don't have a lot of participants at this point, so they asked me to bring this up at the council meeting tonight. Also on the same day, July 26th is the reunion of the ages. Located on Port Watson Street, which is gonna be directly across from Port Watson Commons. This year, the proceeds will be going to a family where I have known both Terry and his wife Sharon since they started dating just after high school. So I've known these individuals for a long time, and well, they've been married now for 35 years. So we're hoping that that's gonna be a very large event. I'll get normally it. Well, that's all I have, and I gotta tell you, it's good to hear Jack again. I remember when he first started out as a musician here in Cortland, playing some spots downtown. I'm glad to see that you're in the big lights now.
Was not putting the guitar down, he's just waiting.
Well, thank you.
All right, thank you. Approval minutes, we'll do June 17th minutes. And a motion to accept June 17th, Mr. Carpenter, Mr. Beckwith, any questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
July 1st, meeting minutes. Gotta get a motion for you to see Ms. Lane. Sullivan, any questions on that? All in favor?
Aye.
So agenda item number 1, authorize application to fund fire truck through small cities CDBG public facilities program.
Resolved that the common council authorizes Mayor Steve to file an application for funds from the New York State Office of Community Renewal through its Small Cities Community Development Block Grant Program. On approval of said request, to enter into and execute a grant agreement with the state for financial assistance to the city of Cortland for the purchase of new ladder truck. And be it further resolved that the common council does hereby formally commit future funds up to $110,000 from the general fund to pay for anticipated costs that exceed the grant amount.
Mr. Beckwith, Mr. Michaels.
Just a small administrative correction, it's for an engine, not a ladder truck this time.
So we did receive the ladder truck last time for this, and it was successful, one of the first ones in the state, so we're trying for another one. And,
It's not, this one's not ordered, is it?
no, it can't be ordered, right, Mr. Cunningham? That's correct.
Sorry, Derek, you know, I just had to throw that in there, I know you guys said.
Mr. Ramsey, if there's anything you wanna say about the fire truck, but, so again, our equipment is in need, this is a great way to be able to do it, it's $110,000 for just about 800,000 this pumper, over $1 million. So doing that would be a lot easier for everybody. The ladder truck was, how much was that? It was
1.8.
Right, so a month and a half years ago. Inflation. So it's a great way to be able to do it. Hope the best, and thanks so much for the work on this. Okay.
Councilmember Merker.
Aye.
Councilmember Sullivan.
Aye.
Councilmember Lane.
Aye.
Councilmember Conlon.
Aye.
Councilmember Carpenter.
Aye.
Councilmember Beckwith.
Aye.
Councilmember Michaels.
Aye.
Agenda item number 2, authorize application for CDBG planning grant.
Resolved that the common council authorizes Mayor Steed to file an application for funds from the New York State Office of Community Renewal through its Community Development Block Grant Planning Program, and upon approval of said request, to enter into and execute a project agreement with the state for such financial assistance to the city of Portland.
So Beckwith, Son, yeah, so this grant is to do some preliminary design work to see about doing an ADA accessibility from the front of the building. I have design in my head that we can get on paper, try to get a grant for that, so. This is the beginning stages of what has to happen to make our building ADA compliant, a little bit easier than getting people.
Bring the
back
buzzer,
inside.
yeah.
All that, help with the security, try to do some upgrades on our buildings. This is the beginning phase of that. Any questions? People with this?
Councilmember Merker.
Aye.
Councilmember Silliman.
Aye.
Councilmember Lane.
Aye.
Councilmember Conlon.
Aye.
Councilmember Carpenter.
Aye.
Councilmember Beckwith.
Aye.
Councilmember Michaels.
Aye.
Agenda item number 3, authorize application for CDBG housing rehabilitation grant.
Resolved that the common council authorizes Mayor Steed to file an application for funds from the New York State Office of Community Renewal through its CDBG planning program. And upon approval of said request, enter into and execute a project agreement with the state for such financial assistance to the city of Portland.
Mr. Carpenter, Mr. Beckwith, so this is up to $750,000, which will go for upgrades of different multiple types of residential and business in the community, which goes fast.
Let's say, what are you gonna try to accomplish with
But
that?
it does $750,000, it helps a lot.
Yeah, I know.
Some of these houses that we all walked in towards, we get specific, each one of you, we've all looked at them and said, we need to help them with their sidewalk, we can help them with, they did their windows, how about us, they did their roof, now they just need some help with their siding. Just to get that little bit of help, push it, makes a big difference, and we'll keep picking away at it, because, 1/10 of something is better than nothing, so we're gonna keep working at it. So,
Real quick, maybe Rich can answer this, is there any grant money out there to help more with the sidewalk program? I know we put in, what, 80, 40 and 40 now, was 20, we went to 40, or anything more that we can be reaching out to? I know the Homer did it.
Yeah, the most likely program that you see for that is it has various acronyms. Most recently, it's TAP, Transportation Alternatives Program. That usually comes out every couple of years. It's federal money passed through the state. I'm not really sure when the next round of that would be, but that's something we can certainly look
Yeah,
at.
if we keep the radar open, probably all know, and you two weren't in it yet, boardwalks, but I would realistically say 3/4
I'll give you that.
of the city needs sidewalks. I mean, other than, I'm just talking rural area, it's bad.
Yeah.
The other option I'll toss out, a number of years ago, I'm aging myself, maybe 20 years ago. There was a member item from Senator Seward, I believe, who gave, I don't know, might have been $75,000 or something like that to do sidewalks. So that's something that's.
Well, whatever, we'll just start in the first ward and go all the way, well, no, we're gonna start at 7, 4, 8, and then back to 3.
I like your thinking.
No, but whatever we can, just if you just keep it on the radar. Obviously, there's gotta be money out there somehow, some way, I'm just throwing that out there, so, thank you.
I have a question about the housing rehab.
Yeah.
When was the last time those income guidelines were adjusted?
They usually change every spring,
Really?
April or May,
So they're updated yearly?
annual. Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
All right, thank you.
Usually they go up. Bad economy, sometimes they go down a little bit. They're based on the median income for the county.
Okay.
But
They
they
don't
usually
keep
go
up
up
with
with
the cost of living.
a few $100, $500, $700 per household maybe.
Okay. Thank you.
Anybody else? Okay, move it, please.
Councilmember Merker.
Aye.
Councilmember Silliman.
Aye.
Councilmember Lane.
Aye.
Councilmember Conlon.
Aye.
Councilmember Carpenter.
Aye.
Councilmember Beckwith.
Aye.
Councilmember Michaels.
Aye.
Agenda item number 4, authorize application for New York Main Street anchor grant for 110 Main Street, Portland.
Resolved that the common council authorizes Mayor Steed to file an application for funds from the New York State Office of Community Renewal through its 2025 New York Main Street Program. 4, and upon approval of said request to enter into and execute a project agreement with the state for such financial assistance to the city of Cortland for the 110 Main Street renovation project.
Slang.
I'll second.
First one, thank
That's
you.
right.
That's big trouble.
That's it. Sometimes I look this way because they're always a kick back. So this supports our ongoing community efforts, what we're trying to do, and it's one of those vacancies. Do it, so there's good planning to do there. I'm not sure where specific details yet on 10, but we're gonna keep working at it. So we're excited to be able to have that opportunity.
So Mayor, 110 is the former Portland Standard building,
That's correct.
and we can't share any of the thoughts about what they want to do with it.
There's a couple different options, I guess I could think. Yes, that's why not. Yeah, a couple different options to do it. You know, obviously businesses downtown, which would be either way, or what's the proper terminology? For what they want to do for the housing part of it.
Market rate housing?
Market rate housing upstairs, and then the other option would be to do
Looking at some type of, maybe, short-term housing, boutique hotel, something like that. That's
a boutique.
interim as opposed to long-term market rate housing.
Yeah.
But the final use is still being determined, but they have a week and a half.
They have to determine that.
That's it, so.
Oh, six.
Cortland Standard, well, whatever LLC owns the building of the Cortland Standard has changed hands.
It's the bankruptcy court's decision,
Oh.
so we're trying to get it.
Okay.
So the boutique is my.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's kind of what we're looking at, so one of those two. Well, we named that the vacant.
Okay,
The SHPO would be involved, so we're not gonna change the historic nature of the building.
right.
Well, it's not gonna happen right away. It takes time. But we're moving on already, so it's only been a couple. Anybody else? Okay, move it please.
Councilmember Merker.
Aye.
Councilmember Silliman.
Aye.
Councilmember Lane.
Aye.
Councilmember Conley.
Aye.
Councilmember Carpenter.
Aye.
Councilmember Beckwith.
Aye.
Councilmember Michaels.
Aye.
Agenda item number 5, authorized application for smart growth funding for zoning updates.
Resolved that the common council authorizes Mayor Steed to file an application on the city's behalf for funds in the amount of up to $250,000 through the Smart Growth Program to update the city zone. Be it further resolved that the common council hereby commits to providing a required 10% match in the amount of up to $25,000 as part of the 2026 city budget.
Great job, Mr. Allen. Wait a second, Sullivan. So again, this is, you know, we're doing our comprehensive plan currently now, and of course, there's been a bunch of zoning updates that we can follow up with behind it, so trying to get ahead of it, so we keep that synergy just moving right in one direction. So I know there's a question on some of it, we may or shall, but we gotta read it back from the state today that, you know, we may do it ahead of time, so we're ahead of it, so that's good. Anybody else have any questions? Okay, roll it please.
Councilmember Merker.
Aye.
Councilmember Silliman. Councilmember Lane.
Aye.
Councilmember Conley.
Aye.
Councilmember Carpenter.
Aye.
Councilmember Beckwith.
Aye.
Councilmember Michaels.
Aye.
Agenda item number 6, authorized application for New York Bricks funding to assist with the construction of a new community recreation center.
Resolved that the city of Portland Common Council authorizes Mayor Steed to file an application on the city's behalf for funding through the New York Bricks program to assist with construction of a new community recreation center. Be it further resolved that the common council hereby commits to providing a required 20% match for the grant.
Take a motion, Ms. Lane. Mr. Michaels. Yeah, so this is another exciting, seems like all we got is exciting news tonight. Thanks, Jack.
We're not at the end yet.
Yeah, that's true. So again, this, I'm hoping to have more details by our next meeting on this, to be able to share with some ideas and thoughts that we have in this, pretty exciting, just received some more information today. So we're hoping.
Which we need.
Right, so this will be great, so, nice thought and idea, so, but I need to get a couple things sewn out before we can get this out there.
Okay.
Appreciate you running in, somewhat blind. Anybody else have any questions? Okay.
Councilmember Merker.
Aye.
Councilmember Silliman.
Aye.
Councilmember Lane.
Aye.
Councilmember Conlon.
Aye.
Councilmember Carpenter.
Aye.
Councilmember Beckwith.
Aye.
Councilmember Michaels.
Aye.
Agenda item number 7, authorize award of micro enterprise assistance program funds under CDBG grant number 285 ME 264-21.
Resolved that the county council hereby awards micro enterprise assistance grants to the above listed applicants, contingent upon the execution of a grant agreement, compliance with all applicable program and regulatory requirements. Those businesses are K&J Laundry Lounge at 43 Main Street, being awarded $28,738 for the purchase of equipment, furniture and fixtures, computers, software, marketing, vehicle wrap, and working capital. The other business is Forged from Ash Studios at 75 East Court Street, $5,500 for the purchase of equipment, furniture and fixtures. Be it further resolved that Mayor Steve or his designee is authorized to execute all necessary agreements, certifications, and documentation required to implement and administer the awards. Be it further resolved that a copy of this resolution will be filed with the city clerk and made available for public inspection.
Mr. Beckwith. Mr. Callen. Any questions on this? No, great. I think that's the end of that micro enterprise funds, is that right?
Yes, we can apply as soon as we get about 75 expended. We can actually just apply for it, not even fully apply, but just give it an extension and more front of it. So a good chance we're gonna have a couple $100,000 in 4 or 5 months.
So we have some applications still out there that were carried over, is that?
It's a few, but nothing that was particularly strong.
Okay, so,
We're always looking for ones.
right, so we got some empty spaces on Main Street and around the city, so. Great to hear it. Thanks again for your help.
Just real quick, Scott, is Mr. Lewis and who is sorry. Company, but I don't know if you're aware, a couple of years ago, I think before you were around, that was Tom and, but we wrote off some $1,000 for people didn't pay them. I just wanna make sure it's not happening anymore.
They're all viable candidates and they're all.
No, I'm not disputing that at all. I think it's great, but if they're not paying, I wanna make sure. I wanna motion on the thing we got right out, $1.5 million, because we weren't paying attention. I'm sure we are, but I'm just pointing that. That's any way you want.
Thank you. Anybody else? Okay, move it, please.
Councilmember Merker.
Aye.
Councilmember Silliman.
Aye.
Councilmember Lane.
Aye.
Councilmember Conlon.
Aye.
Councilmember Carpenter.
Aye.
Councilmember Beckwith.
Aye.
Councilmember Michaels.
Aye.
Agenda item number 8, authorize application for funding through New York State Pro Housing Supply Fund.
Resolved that the city of Portland County Council hereby authorizes Mayor Steve to file an application for funding from the New York State Empire State Development's Pro Housing Supply Fund for water and sewer infrastructure improvements along Homer Avenue between North Main Street and the city line to support development of additional housing.
Motion. Mr. Conlon, Ms. Lane. Again, I'd said we wouldn't do any more projects, but we can do Homer Ave, applicants after that, so we'll hang out, which is cool. Any questions?
Maybe before you, but I thought we already put something out there to do that. Gateway project, let's call it.
Yeah, we've gone about, gone several different applications for this grant process. Been awarded a couple, so we're going at a different avenue this time to try to get some.
Are we gonna try to lump it all up or just?
Trying to do it, so of course, there's a project being expanded down there, and then there's another housing project being expanded, feeding the hospital, so we're trying to use this grant, using that discussion. And try to grab it instead of some of the infrastructure needs that we have, so we can get the bridge funded, so. We're picking away at it, but it's too big of a cost for us to absorb it.
That's good. It's a huge road.
So, and it's needed, so we're working on getting these next, and so. Continue on that. Okay, move it, please.
Councilmember Merker.
Aye.
Councilmember Silliman.
Aye.
Councilmember Lane.
Aye.
Councilmember Conlon.
Aye.
Councilmember Carpenter.
Aye.
Councilmember Beckwith.
Aye.
Councilmember Michaels.
Aye.
Agenda item number 9, authorize police department to transfer possession of firearm to federally approved firearm dealer pursuant to federal ATF regulations.
Resolved that the city of Portland Common Council hereby grants permission for the Portland Police Department to sell the aforementioned Heckler and Cox UMP 40 caliber fully automatic firearm to Boat Talk Incorporated, located in the state of Nevada, for the amount of $700.
Motion to sell, Mr. Carpenter. I figured somebody's got to make a comment about
I
this.
have a question. When we sold a machine gun, excuse me, a submachine gun from the 30s. How many more of these are kicking around in the fire, in the police department?
This is the last.
Good, okay. Sheesh.
Machine guns.
You have to fly on it.
This one's full of it.
But they have to disengage that aspect of it to comply with federal law. So
Fire, we're over here too.
I'm ready to go.
Anybody else have any questions?
Why Nevada?
Things go over better in Nevada. I don't know. I guess that was the best bid. Is that right, Chief?
Vegas is there. And they know that's.
Well, like there's bad things happening in Nevada.
Yeah.
We'll explain it.
I gotta stop. All right.
Councilmember Merker.
Aye.
Councilmember Sullivan.
Aye.
Councilmember Lane.
Aye.
Councilmember Conlon.
Aye.
Councilmember Carpenter.
Aye.
Councilmember Beckwith.
Aye.
Councilmember Michaels.
Aye.
Let's turn it down.
Been a long day.
Agenda item number 10, authorize police department to transfer possession of patrol rifles to New York State Department of Environmental Conservation Police.
Twisters here too. Resolved that the city of Cortland Common Council hereby grants permission for the Cortland City Police Department to trade currently owned 16-inch barrel patrol rifles, as well as some surplus ammunition to the New York State Department of Environmental Conservation for an 11.5 barrel patrol rifle, or 11.5 inch barrel patrol rifles, as well as 2 single shot 40mm launchers at no cost or exchange of currency, and that exchange will be properly documented through the proper filing of documentation set forth by the U.S. Department of Justice, Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives.
Question.
Motion first, Ms. Lane.
Sure.
And that's like Mr. Carpenter.
Okay, why? Why?
Upgrading, Chief, you
Why?
wanna explain?
Is that an upgrade?
Yes.
To go from the law?
This is an opportunity that fell on our lap. We were looking to possibly purchase new weapons, and trade the current ones that we have with a licensed dealer. The DEC police was looking to do the exact opposite thing, to trade in their weapons. They're disbanding their tactical response team that they have, their SWAT team. So it fell on our lap. Instead of making the trade, which would have cost us about $1,300 per weapon, we're doing an even trade. We're upgrading our guns are 14 years old, theirs are 9, and they're the guns that we're looking for, so.
Okay, great. And didn't you say also that they fit in the vehicles better?
Yes. Yeah, that's why we're going with the shorter barrel.
Yeah.
You're trading the ammunition. Are they giving you ammunition?
We're trading the ammunition for the 2 less lethal weapons.
Oh, okay.
The launchers, why do we have launchers?
They're less lethal, pepper ball, tear gas.
I was curious.
Not-
That should be down there.
I told you, Chief, this was gonna go that way. Yeah, we've been hesitating this one for 3 months.
Anything else?
Thanks, Chief.
Thank you.
You're welcome, thank you.
Thank you for keeping our eyes bigger. All right, let's move on.
Councilmember Merker.
Aye.
Councilmember Sullivan.
Aye.
Councilmember Lane.
Aye.
Councilmember Conlon.
Aye.
Councilmember Carpenter. Councilmember Beckwith.
I,
Councilmember Michaels.
Aye.
okay, agenda item number 11, authorized donation of surplus 2017 Chevy Tahoe Police Pursuit Vehicle to Guthrie Medical Center for use in their K-9 security program.
Resolved by the city of Portland Common Council as follows: the 2017 Chevrolet Tahoe Police Pursuit Package with a VIN number I won't read, equipped with K-9 transport equipment currently owned by the city of Portland Police Department, Declared surplus is hereby authorized to be donated to the Guthrie Cortland Medical Center to support a security-based K-9 unit. 2, the common council finds that such donation serves a valid public purpose by supporting the public safety mission of a community health partner and ensuring continued use of the vehicle and service to the public. And 3, Mayor Steve, the police chief, and other designated city officials are hereby authorized to take actions necessary to effectuate the transfer of ownership and physical delivery of the vehicle to Guthrie Cortland Medical Center.
Ms. Lane, Mr. Collin. So this, I don't wanna accept this because it's gonna be August 15th, in the house to do it. We had to make it happen. So it's got a neat program, Guthrie's put together, and they, like I said, previously put, $15 million into our community. And I think this is a way that we can help give back. So we're able to retire one of our K-9 vehicles, and they could use it. So it has the cage in the back, automatic heat controls that turn on and off, and the dog's in the car by itself, but I'll leave the details of their K-9 program to do it, but it's they demoed it at one of their other hospitals, and it's been working out very well. There's a lot of big pros and cons. I'll leave that to the August 15th for their to give that up, but they're gonna wrap the car with stickers, like they wrap cars nowadays, and do it for Guthrie, and we'll be be able to give them that opportunity to move that around to different hospitals if they could help around the community and help Cortland as its base. So we're pretty excited, and this is a great opportunity to make that partnership. Cool. But any questions? So obviously towards August 15th, there'll be more from them.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Councilmember Merker.
Aye.
Councilmember Sullivan.
Aye.
Councilmember Lane.
Aye.
Councilmember Conlon.
Aye.
Councilmember Carpenter.
Aye.
Councilmember Beckwith.
Aye.
Councilmember Michaels.
Aye.
Okay, I did miss a proclamation. Do you have that to read? real
Yes,
quick?
I do.
Do a proclamation that we wanted to read. Bring out before we adjourn the meeting.
So this is a proclamation in recognition of Terry Contento, a true son of Cortland. Whereas the City of Cortland Common Council recognizes the extraordinary spirit of community and generosity that thrives within our city. And whereas we wish to acknowledge the organizers of the Reunion for the Ages, an event which brings together hundreds of Cortland High School alumni and friends, fostering camaraderie, celebrating shared experience, cultivating bonds of friendship. And whereas previous Reunion of the Ages events have demonstrated Cortland's generosity of spirit, raising thousands of dollars to provide critical financial need to 12 Cortland High School alumni facing serious and life-threatening illnesses. And whereas the 2025 Reunion of the Ages, scheduled for Saturday, July 26th, will continue this tradition by dedicating proceeds to support a beloved member of our community, Terry Contento, a proud CHS alumni of the class of 1971. Whereas Terry Contento is a true son of Cortland, who dedicated nearly 35 years of service to the City of Cortland Department of Public Works, and later to the Cortland Housing Assistance Council and Kellogg Auto until health challenges arose. And whereas Terry's impact extends beyond his professional life as a multi-sport athlete at Cortland High School, an avid organizer of the DPW golf tournament for many years, and a devoted family man who cherishes his 5 children and his wife of 35 years. Now therefore be it resolved that the City of Cortland Common Council extends its profound appreciation to the organizers, volunteers, and attendees of the Reunion for the Ages, which demonstrates a binding spirit as it honors and supports Terry Contento, a true son of Cortland, whose warm spirit and genuine character enriches our community. Dated this day, the 15th of July, City of Cortland.
Thank you, Mr. Jewett. So again, the great events coming up, we have one this weekend too, right at the Dark Horse, right there. 50 years at the Dark Horse this weekend, so your bottom of your road will be cut off, and they'll be down there and enjoying that. That's again a great establishment, and they're taking on the challenge of keeping the plants looking good in front of the place, and we're excited to have their event. And excited to have the first one of the events on Main Street since we've changed it over, so.
Mayor, I'm not seeing these events listed on Experience Cortland.
Okay,
So we need to contact them and make sure that they're keeping their calendar up to date because that's the best place for people to find out about things.
I'll make sure that when we do approve these events, that I communicate all those details
Thank you,
over to them.
thank you.
the other note, I wanna make sure everybody knows, remember this, Thursday at 5. So I'd like that council members there, Bert Dairy donated some ice cream, I'd love you guys to serve the ice cream. Yeah, and they can throw it back at you, maybe if they're upset, but. Maybe you can.
Oh,
Maybe-
it's soft serve.
Right, right. But it'd be nice to be able to, if everybody could be part of that impact, just hear the comments on Main Street, be a part of it, and just kind of. I welcome some of the people that'll be coming in early for the event, with the Dark Horses happening, I know a lot of alumni are coming in for that as well. You'll be in the park.
Very familiar that Cortland State's alumni weekends this weekend too.
Yeah, that's,
That's why they're doing.
That's why they're doing-
So, but so restaurants could be a little fuller,
yeah,
a few hundred people are going.
yeah, so it'd be good.
Yeah,
So it's filling up Main Street is always a good thing, so it'd be great for you to be down on Thursday to hear their comments of why it looks like it does. It's gonna be. neat.
Fortunately, I'm gonna be at Cortland State, not retired.
Right. So, but-
Doing not retired things, but I have to photo. About for that.
No, it's an exciting time for it all. So we had
It is.
great success in Portland State too. We generated some points. Great community, excited to be a part of it. I don't take a motion for adjournment.
Oh, real quick, I forgot to mention, I invited Jack to do our last boardwalk and it was great to have Jack come along. Sorry to mention you early, Jack. I didn't want to cut you short after I conned you into coming.
And he sweated out with his back.
I told him, I said, you can leave. He said, no, he don't right to the end. You got to write in the cap.
The last guy running at us down the street, then you took off.
Yeah.
That guy yelling at me. Yeah. So,
Yeah. And lastly, I'd like to thank Jack again, but I think let's close this meeting up with a little more.
Fade out the song as it goes out, like the chords of it, and then we'll be downstairs, take some pictures, that'd be great. Motion for adjournment. So, everything. That was there, did it, so we appreciate everybody coming. All those in favor? Jack. Play us through.
Play us out.
Yeah, there you go.